He's moving up in a weight, and though it may look like a few pounds extra, each pound can make a difference.
This is Talking Boxing.
Hello, HTV boxing fans. It is fight day. American and former WBA and IBF welterweight champion Jaron Ennis takes on Angolan and IBO World Super Welterweight champion Uisma Lima this Saturday at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, USA. Now, the main event will begin at approximately 10 p.m. ET and 7 p.m. PT on the zone. Now, the event is promoted by Matchroom Boxing. Now, in this short video, I will discuss the strengths and weaknesses of both fighters, my thoughts on this fight, the strategies I expect they both should be going in with, and of course, my prediction. This is Talking Boxing. Before I go on, please don't forget to leave your prediction below in the comment section. Like and share this video if you enjoyed it, and don't also forget to subscribe if this is your first time. Now let's talk about both boxers. To start with Jaron Ennis. Now Ennis is coming off a win in April of this year where he defeated Imantas Stanionis in 6 rounds at the Boardwalk Hall to unify the WBA and IBF titles. However, both has decided to move up to the Super Welter division to face new challenges. He's coming in with an undefeated record of 34 wins, with 30 wins coming by way of knockout. What are his strengths coming in? Now, he's got power. A lot of people have raised doubts about Boots' resume and calling him out for fighting nobodies. But I still think that 30 knockouts out of 34 fights is still impressive, irrespective of the opponents on his resume. Now, he's got good hand speed, good counterpunching ability, and pretty impressive ring IQ. Finally, he can fight in both orthodox and southpaw stance. Now, what are his weaknesses too? Now, his defense department could do with a little work. Also, we can argue that Boots has not fully been tested, and this new weight class could expose him. Finally, his ring curtain also requires a second look. Now to his opponent Lima. Now Lima is also coming with a record of 14 wins, 1 loss, with 10 wins coming by way of knockouts. He is currently the IBO World Super Welterweight champion. He's coming off a win in May of this year where he successfully defended his title against Shavante Koopman at the Emperor's Palace in South Africa. Now, what are his strengths? Now, just like Ennis, he's got power and pretty good aggression in the ring and excel at fighting at close range, even though that might not be the best plan against a good counter-puncher like Boots. He's also a tough and durable fighter. Now, what are his weaknesses? Let's start with the most obvious weakness. Now, Lima doesn't have the experience. He's only had 15 fights so far in his career, and he's fighting a fight with over 50 fight appearances. If you combine his amateur and then pro career, all right, you can also argue that his level of opposition are not really highly rated. And finally, his aggressive fighting style often leaves him open to counters, which I think he should work on. Now, my thoughts on this fight. I think this fight is nothing but a tune-up fight, at least from Boots' perspective. Now, he's moving up in a weight, and though it may look like a few pounds extra, each pound can make a difference. I think Boots and his team are using this opportunity to settle in the division and then go for bigger challenges. Now, I expect Boots to be the aggressor in this fight. I expect him to control the pace of the fight and dominate from start to finish. Let me be clear. I am not completely writing off Lima because anything at all can happen in this sweet science of ours. However, I think Jaron Ennis will be able to quickly read Lima out and find his way around his aggression. Like I said, I am not writing Lima off. He still has a good chance to win if he can avoid brawling with Boots, box on the back foot, and then work on Boots' body from the early rounds. He has decent power, but I don't really think Ennis is going to respect his power that much. Yet he can work on Ennis's body. It could set him up for a good standing in the later rounds. Now to be on my prediction. Like I said in my analysis, I think this is just a tune-up fight to get Jaron Ennis settled at 154 and get him prepared for what's next. I predict a win for Jaron Boots Ennis. Going with his knockout rate, I expect around 8 knockouts, if not early for Boots. That's my prediction, and this is Talking Boxing.